All right, this is 4.5, factoring and solving quadratic equations. So in 4.4, we practiced just factoring a quadratic equation. So in 4.5, we're going to add the solving component there. So first we need to explain what it actually means to solve a quadratic equation. Then we're going to actually do the solving. Okay, so the zeros of a function is wherever the graph of that function intersects the x-axis. So those are also called the x-intercepts and also referred to as the zeros. So if you see on the graph here, we have 2 points. I highlighted them in yellow. That's kind of hard to see. Red maybe? Red there. Okay. And so that's where f of x, or like we say y, equals 0. And that's called the zero of the function. And that's when we're looking for the solution. That's what we're looking for. We're looking for those zeros. So to find the zeros of a quadratic function, we're going to set the equation equal to 0, because that would be like saying that y is equal to 0. And then we're going to solve for x. So again, when we say we're solving a quadratic function, that's what we're looking for. We're looking for those times where the graph crosses the x-axis, and those are what we refer to as the zeros. So to solve a quadratic equation by factoring, you're going to set the equation to equal to 0. If it's not already set like that, you're going to factor it completely, and then you're going to set each factor equal to 0 to solve for x. And then don't forget that we're always going to start with a GCF if it's there, and then we can always look for a difference of squares as well. So all of our factoring strategies are in play here. All right, so let's look at this first one. 6x squared plus 4x. First step is always a GCF, which I do see there. That would be 2x. So if I take out a 2x, I'm left with 3x plus 2. And then to solve that, I'm going to set each one of those equal to 0. So 2x equals 0, 3x plus 2 equals 0. From there, we just continue solving. So if I was going to solve for x in this first one, I'm dividing by 2, but 0 divided by 2, x is just 0. So there's my first answer. And then this one, I'm going to subtract 2 to start. So I get 3x equals negative 2, divide by 3. So I get x equals negative 2/3. And we can leave our answer as a fraction like that. Okay, let's look at another one. Second one over here, I see I have a binomial separated by subtraction, and those are both perfect squares. So this is a difference of squares scenario. So I'm going to factor that x plus 4, x minus 4. And then, again, to continue solving, I set each factor, equal to 0. So subtract 4 there. So I get x equals negative 4. And add 4 here. So I get x equals positive 4. Okay, let's do a couple more together. This one, there's no GCF. It's not a difference of squares, so we're just factoring. First thing we need to do, though, because we're solving this, is set this equal to 0. And then I'm going to try and factor. So it's going to be an x and an x. And then I have a negative and a positive, so that means I need to have negative, negative. Factors of 6 that would add to 5 would be 3 and 2. So x minus 3 times x minus 2, and then again, I'm setting each one of those factors equal to 0 and solving. So x equals 3, and then x minus 2 equal to 0, so x equals 2. If I look at this next one, again, I see no GCF. I see no difference of squares. So I'm going to practice my factoring. First thing, since we're solving, we're setting it equal to 0. And then I'm looking for factors of 8 that add to 6. So 8, I have 1 and 8, or 4 and 2. I have plus and plus, so that's easy. And I think 4 and 2 are going to give me the 6 in the middle that I need. So x plus 4 equals 0. So x equals negative 4. X plus 2 equals 0. So x equals negative 2. All right, these two look a little bit different to start. Remember that anytime we're solving a quadratic, the first thing that we need to do is set them equal to 0. So I'm going to leave my x squared positive just because that's easier. So essentially I'm subtracting 8x from both sides. So I get 2x squared minus 8x equals 0. I want that one side to be 0. So here, this would be a GCF factoring. They both have a 2x. And then I'm left with x minus 4 on the inside. Set each factor equal to 0. So I get x equals 0 and x equals 4. Same thing over here. First thing I need to do is set this equal to 0. So I'm going to bring the 3 over. So I get 2x squared minus x minus 3 equals 0. If I look to factor this, there's no GCF, there's no difference of squares. Unfortunately, I have this 2 out front, so my factoring, I have to have a 2x and an x, but 3, remember, we only have 1 and 3 to work with. I need one negative and one positive, so I'm going to have to figure out how that's going to work with 3 and 1. So to get the 1 in the middle, I need a 3 here to be negative and a 1 here to be positive. And again, if we want to double check this, this gets me negative 3x and this gets me 2x, which together would make the negative 1, which is what we want. Okay, so set both of those factors equal to 0 and then solve for x. So 2x equals 3, x equals 3 over 2. And again, you can leave it as a fraction like that. And this one would be x equals negative 1. Okay, let's look at these last two examples together. This first one, if you notice, it's already set to 0, so that's good. However, there is a GCF, so let's factor that out first and see what that looks like. So I get 2x squared plus 3x plus 2 equals 0. And I'm going to keep factoring before I worry about anything else. So I get x and x. 2 is just 2 and 1, so x plus 2, x plus 1 is the only option that can be in order to get that 3 in the middle. So now when I go to set these to solve, I can kind of just forget that the 2 is there. It's not going to affect my solutions at all. So I'm just going to set my factors equal to 0. If there was an x out front, it would change that. But because it's just a constant, we don't have to think about it. So x plus 2 equals 0, x plus 1 equals 0. So x equals negative 2, and x equals negative 1. This last one, first thing, again, because we're solving, we need to set it equal to 0. This one is no different than what we've looked at. The only difference here is that when I factor this, I'm going to end up with x minus 2 and x minus 2. And so my factor is the same. So instead of two different solutions, I actually have the same solution twice. So it's just going to be x equals 2. And I don't have to write it down twice. I don't have to solve it twice. That's just the answer. Okay, so we'll do more practice with this in class, but that is solving by factoring.